Hey everybody.
Welcome back. This is the Fantasy Flight live stream, and we are going to have some Game of Thrones Joust games for you just shortly here. We have two players facing off, but first, my name is Evan Johnson. I'm a Fantasy Flight employee.
My name's Robert Johnson, and I am a Team Covenant employee.
Together, we are Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson.
Commentary Incorporated,
That's
Limited.
Right.
We're going to have two players.
All rights reserved.
Don't steal that. We're going to have two players facing off today. We're going to have David, all the way from Bavaria. He is the German national champion. He has gone 9-1 today.
Excellent
this is his first time at Worlds. Facing off against him, we're going to see Sam. He's from the USA. He's gone 8-2. This is his second World Championship, and we are so excited to see them play this game.
That's right. And this is going to be an amazing match because these guys have played through the only game that matters in the Joust format.
It is the only game that matters.
A lot of people will arguably say that that's the preferred format for this game. But even so, it's going to be an amazing tournament because it's the top four, and we are going to have, what kind of deck? We have a Targaryen deck from David and then a Lannister deck from Sam.
Yes.
These guys seemingly have kind of beaten some of the anticipation within the meta.
Yes.
There was a lot of expectation that Baratheon was going to be
yes.
a star performer right now, but it doesn't seem like a lot of them have really made it this far within the tournament.
Yes.
So I'm
Fate
very
has
surprised.
Intervened.
Yeah.
Baratheon is probably not out of the Game of Thrones.
No.
I guess I don't know who are the other two, what the other two houses represented are.
We've got at least one other Lannister. I don't know who our fourth deck type is.
Yes. Well, we will find
We're
out.
going to figure that out.
Or we won't. Well, we'll find out.
Or not. We'll see them in the finals. Either way. So, yeah, what are you thinking about this? Like, knowing what you know about Game of Thrones, do you favor Targ or Lannister right now? What are their preferences in your mind?
I think that they both have some very solid deck builds in the current thing. I'm very interested to see what we're looking at. I would imagine the Lannister is probably the no agenda, just solid characters that we've been seeing all day from Lannister. As I was telling Robert earlier, I kind of think of it as a finely honed weapon. It's masterly forged, not necessarily flashy, but it can certainly cut people in half.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I would say that Alvaro, who's also in the top four but won't be under the camera just yet, he kind of set a big precedent there last year during the World's Championship tournament because his deck was not flashy. It didn't have a lot of bells and whistles. It was running the no agenda template, but it just had solid Lannister cards, and he played them expertly.
He did play them expertly.
It's amazing to see, and I can only imagine we're going to see more of the same from both of these players today.
Yes. Here we have the players now. Looks like Targaryen running Maester's Path. That is crazy and awesome. I have not seen that in a while. But it seems like whenever you think it's gone, it comes right back.
That's right. And it's hard to beat Maesters, man. And
it looks like this is actually Lannister running an agenda. It looks like we have Dark Wings, Dark Words in Lannister. I approve of that. I like to see that agenda. That was a champion card that came out recently, and it was some great design, I have to say.
That's for sure. I'll honestly say that I didn't think Dark Wings, Dark Words was going to amount to much, but I was decisively proven wrong.
Yes.
Tulsa and otherwise, that agenda has proven to be quite a formidable opponent, so I'm looking forward to see what the Targaryens can do with it.
Right. For those who don't know, Dark Wings, Dark Words, your minimum deck size is, I believe, 75 cards.
That's
you can have no more than one copy of any agenda, but event, yes. And when you play an event, you get to draw a card. So the power of events is in the Lannisters' favor.
That's right.
At least so far in the World Championship. Got the Maester's Path there. You want to run us down on the Maester's Path and how it works?
Yeah, the Maester's Path, it allows you to pull any number of single copy chains out of your deck and attach them to the agenda, and then whenever you win a challenge, I believe as the attacker, you get to pull one of those chains off of the agenda and attach it to a printed Maester that you have in play.
Yes. And those are some very powerful attachments that you can get.
Extremely. And the thing that's going on there with the agenda specifically is watching for those printed Maesters.
Yes.
Because you can blank them, they lose their traits, and all of those attachments will just drop right off.
Yes, you don't want that.
You don't want it. But Lannister, not necessarily known for its blanking abilities, so I don't know if he'll have to worry too much about that.
Looks like Sam took a mulligan for his first hand, and this is his second hand now.
Solid hand there. Got plenty of weenies, some good economy.
Yep, we like to see economy, especially out of Lannister.
Now, I saw the Shadows Queen Cersei in there, so I'm going to anticipate a lot of Shadows cards here from Sam's deck.
looks like we got the flop here. Kingdom of Shadows, Lannisport Moneylender, and Tommen Baratheon getting all the card-drawn economy he needs.
Great card.
On the Targ side, looks like Strong Belwas, the Targaryen Refugee, some Eastern Fiefdoms, and Harrenhal. Lots of people have been running Harrenhal today.
Harrenhal has totally reshaped this meta. Something I was talking to Damon Stone earlier today about, saying that it kind of shifted the focus away from the kind of bells and whistles decks and back towards challenges, which is cool to see. So it looks like David here is about to drop at the gates. That's the alt art that we got here at Worlds.
And it's a very good looking alt art.
Beautiful. And then Retaliation from
2
Sam.
plots. So David will be going first by virtue of Retaliation's text.
That's right.
And he is getting a Maester.
Linked Advisor.
Yes, Linked Advisor. Thank you.
That's a great Maester for Targaryen, namely because it does cost 3, it works with at the gates, but most importantly, it's non-unique with a Learned Crest.
Yes, those Learned Crests are crucial.
Holy smokes.
The things you can do.
I'm always jealous. I've always wanted to make a Maester deck out of Lannister, but they don't quite have enough of them to make it really sing.
Learned Crests. Oh, the places you'll go.
That's right.
All right. Looks like he's counting some income there.
That's right. He's getting 3, no extra econ except for his reducer there.
Yep. Looking at those cards. Got some Maesters, got some reducers that I can see. Saw Dragon Thief in there. Looks like a green hatchling, maybe?
That's right.
Yep.
I think you're correct.
Aegon's Blade.
Some more Maesters, a distinct mastery.
Yeah, distinct mastery.
Showing itself.
More fuel for those Learned Crests. Stand them right back up.
Anytime you can stand, it's worth it. Even for a single card slot. Aegon's Blade, love that card.
Yep. Sam taking a look at exactly what chains he's going to have to deal with from the Maester's Path here.
All of them. All of the chains.
All of the chains.
Just be ready for all of the chains.
There are no exceptions.
That's right. All right.
Summer Sea and Eastern Fiefdoms dropping down.
Get some econ in play.
As well as influence. Lots of influence. Westeros Bleeds was recently unrestricted, was it not?
It was indeed. Now that's something you're going to have to watch out for with any Targaryen or Martell player.
This is true.
Blade going on the Advisor.
Yep. Reading it, make sure he knows what it does. I believe it's bonuses depending on what icons you have. I couldn't tell you exactly what they are.
I think based off of the Linked Advisor's icons, it's going to give him Stealth and Renown.
Stealth and Renown. Those are good keywords.
I could be wrong there. Might be a Deadly in there, but...
Yep. And a green hatchling coming in.
Boom. Everybody likes dragons.
Everybody. It's so true, though. I wonder if any culture does not have a dragon-type creature.
That's a good question. I don't know if there's really any in like the kind of traditional Mesoamerican cultures, but
well, they have Quetzalcoatl, the winged serpent.
That's true. That'll count.
Yeah,
that'll count for sure. All right, so we're counting income over on the Lannister side of the board. He's going to get 6, of course.
Yep.
And he's got...
That is the power of Lannister.
Yeah, he's got money for days.
Money, money, money.
That's what they do. Credit everywhere.
Money wins games.
Oh man, are we going to see a? I see in Sam's hand here there was a "You killed the wrong dwarf."
Ooh.
I wonder if he's going to kneel that Linked Advisor straight away.
I think an enemy informer might be coming in.
Shut him down because he's a beefy character right off the bat here with that.
Yep.
Oh, he's just going to get knelt with the enemy informer.
Yep.
Watch out.
And thinking about it. There he goes.
Boom. Committed.
Enemy informer.
Yep.
Kneel that Linked Advisor. Keep him out of the game.
Best choice there for sure.
Make sure those intrigue icons are not present.
Yeah, Lannister does not want to have to deal with that.
Although he doesn't know that David has a distinct mastery in his hand
exactly.
and can stand him right back up.
But he does have a "You killed the wrong dwarf,"
he
could just retaliate. It's stand, kneel,
and
for days.
And that is Game of Thrones. Right. Back and forth, backbiting, backstabbing.
That's what we
back
like.
Scratching, all the backs.
All the backs are being stabbed and watched.
And scratched. And
there's not a lot of scratching. People seem to be more at each other's throats than...
Yeah, well, in Melee,
Yeah, that's true.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Kneel and Tommen to draw a card.
Excellent maneuver here.
Yep.
Want to do that as soon as you can, generally, to see what you can spend that extra gold you have on.
Exactly.
Got a Kingdom of Shadows for his kneeling of the king.
Yep. Kingdom of Shadows, a great card. If you win an Intrigue Challenge, I believe you can stand a character with a Shadows Crest.
That's right.
Should be pretty useful for Lannister in this matchup. I have seen it backfire before.
That's right.
If your opponent can develop that Intrigue mastery and they have Shadows characters, then they are taking advantage of your Kingdoms of Shadows.
I would really like to know what he does have in Shadows right now.
Yes, I would love to know that too.
We missed out.
We did. We were unable to see it. Pointing at the Maester's Path.
Just getting all his ducks in a row. Never hesitate to ask questions and do everything you can to understand the field in front of you.
This is true.
It matters.
Read all the cards.
Yeah.
Read all the cards all the way.
Take your time. Make it work.
Look at discard piles. That's something else we've been noticing in just in every game.
Discard piles, even use plot piles.
Yes, use plot piles. Crucial.
That's something that I never do. Oh, Queen Cersei coming out.
Queen Cersei, it is. Yes.
Whenever she wins an intrigue challenge, I believe that she participated in, you get to kneel characters per the number of cards that you have in Shadows.
Wow, that is pretty good.
Oh,
and the
Hound's coming out. So there are currently no cards in Shadows, so she won't really play a part with her ability, but she's nonetheless a queen and a lady and a noble crest.
All of these things.
It's great. Great for a 3-cost right there.
Yep.
All right, so the Hound really put things upside down here militarily.
Yes.
He is a beast.
What is his special text there? Do you know, Robert?
He gets +1 strength for every card in Shadows on either side of the board.
So it looks like we are definitely running with Shadows Lannister here.
That's for sure.
Got Shadows Cersei, the Hound, the Kingdom of Shadows.
And he's a 0-cost to bring out of Shadows, and he's got the Shadows Crest, of course, but then most importantly, he's Kingsguard, so we can also potentially look forward to a lot of Kingsguard synergy coming here from Sam's deck.
Yeah, yep, maybe recur him with On Your Oath, or On My Oath, On Our Oath, something
That's
like
right.
that. You killed the wrong dwarf.
Oh, man.
Kneeling Strong Belwas, making him take a power.
Not too big of a problem there, I don't think.
No. Not at all.
At least not yet, because he can still use his ability to save characters as much as he likes, at least until he has 3 gold on himself.
Then he's dead.
Then he's dead. See ya.
But Strong Belwas, drawing a card for You Killed the Wrong Dwarf because of Darkwing's Dark Words.
That's right.
And rapidly flipping through his options, as card players are wont to do.
Got to look at everything. Got to know what you have in hand, because you got to plan these things out.
Yep.
Got to know. All right, here we go. Looking like we're about to have our first challenge.
Okay.
Not quite sure.
Could be military,
what
could be power. We're not sure yet. But it's the refugee who is making that challenge.
That's right. So it's going to be 2 strength, challenge dependent, determination coming your way just as soon as we can figure that out. So here we go. We're going to figure. Oh, must have been power.
Yep.
If we're even going to touch Cersei, probably a power challenge.
Probably a power. That would seem likely. Otherwise, I don't know what Sam's thinking.
It's going to be a case study in deductive reasoning today.
Yep.
Just going to figure some things out.
Yeah. Well, we're good at that. You know, we've been to school.
All right. So Cersei kneeling.
Yep.
For 3. So unless something weird happens here, Lannisters are going to win this challenge.
Yep.
Nicely defended.
But never underestimate the power of something weird in Game of Thrones.
That's for
sure.
It
happens all the time.
Especially from the Targaryens.
Especially. Yes.
They are wily. They have all kinds of great events.
Yes.
But so does Lannister.
They have the ambush keyword as well.
Ugh.
Anything can come into play.
Don't remind me.
Anytime.
Don't remind me. Those ambush cards, man, they are killer.
They truly are killer, yes.
Now, a cool thing to watch out for here is the Lannister player here, Sam, has already some pretty potent triggered effects between Tommen, between Cersei, so on and so forth, and then Harrenhal on David's side. Watch for what triggers that he will try to use that to cancel for.
That's true, yep. He has to kill a character as well to use Harrenhal, is that correct?
That's correct.
And no more than 3 times?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right, I know how these cards work.
All right, so military challenge came through, the Hound defended, and I assume won.
Yes, probably.
Nobody died.
Nobody died. Intrigue challenge with the moneylender.
Love those Lannister gold-producing wings.
Seems like it'll go unopposed unless he wants to use a distinct mastery to pop up the linked advisor.
Gotta watch for him.
Looking at his hand, checking out his options.
Because you have to assess that if you are going to lose that intrigue challenge and you might have a card in hand that could otherwise prevent you from losing it, is it worth using it then and there to make sure that you don't just have that card discarded anyway?
Looks like he's also thinking of possibly ambushing in the Dragon Thief.
Dragon Thief, maybe a distinct mastery comes into play here.
Any number of options.
That's right. Dragon Thief would be great. He could easily win this challenge with that Dragon Thief.
Yes.
Distinct mastery. Dragon Thief. Wait for it.
It's one or the other. I guess it could be both.
Yes.
Probably not what he wants to do.
There it is. Influence is being knelt. Dragon Thief in play.
Way to go.
Only assume now defending. But we have to wait for the official kneel.
That is true. The moneylender was making his back deals, and then a Dragon Thief popped out.
That's right. Nobody was ready for that.
Stole his money. Stole it all.
But the good news is now for Sam that all of the influence has been knelt, so we don't really have to worry about any more ambushes interfering with his plans for the rest of this round.
Yes.
So he might be able to get that military challenge through if he wants it. Otherwise, might try to go for dominance here.
Yeah. What would you do in this situation?
Oh, man. Hard to say. At this point, it's kind of a not particularly better one way or the other. Canceling, blanking the Harrenhal. Wow. He is up to something. I'm having a hard time guessing as to what right now in particular.
But he's prepping.
A preemptive Nightmares here.
Yep.
So I really don't know what he might try to do with that, but it might be an event in his hand. He might be trying. I think I just saw a Sinister. Yes.
Oh, yep.
What is that card? It's +2 strength lets you draw 2 cards. I'm forgetting the name.
Is it Ymir Small? No, that's a different one.
Yeah, a different one than that.
It's
oh no, I can't believe I'm brain farting on this name. But anywho,
yes.
I think that now that I see it in his hand, I can only anticipate that's the reason he is going to blank Harrenhal.
Drawing a card from Dark Wings, Dark Words.
That's right.
So he's got schemes, he's got plans.
That's right.
He's your typical Lannister.
That's right.
Distinct Mastery.
Ooh, that'll put a cog in the monkey wrench in this cog. So this is going to, of course, stand the Linked Advisor here, who is a pretty beefy character right now.
Does not have a military icon, though.
Correct.
And so that enemy informer might be able to just slip by.
We'll see. All right. Oh, they're both defending. Holy smokes.
I see. Okay.
So that may have wasted the Nightmares now because he has sufficient strength to blank it no matter what he plays here.
Yes.
So I guess that won't be happening. We're going to have to wait and see
what
he does in response.
That event that we don't know the name of, you have to play that on an intrigue challenge?
You play it on any challenge, but you have to be the attacking party.
Okay, so maybe you can do that with his enemy informer if he wants to.
That's right.
Looks like Misinformation as well. Another awesome event.
Lannister has some truly fantastic events.
Especially revolving around intrigue. Very thematic.
Oh! I think the name of that card, it just came to me, is Insidious Ways.
You are totally right, Robert. Insidious Ways.
I'm so glad that I didn't
Misinformation.
Oh, what?
There we go.
Excellent.
Automatically winning that intrigue challenge.
But good that he went ahead and blanked Harrenhal because that could have been canceled as well.
It totally could have been canceled. 2 claim, getting Marwyn and another Linked Advisor, I believe.
That is a big deal right now.
That is a big deal.
Getting those Maesters out of there is huge.
Get out of there, Maesters.
So now he only has 1 in play. If he Valors, that could put him in a tight spot.
It certainly could. Using
Stand in the Hound.
There we go.
Yeah, going with the Hound.
Remember your triggers, folks.
Oh, no, he's going in with the enemy informer, so he has dominance a little bit more assuredly.
He's going to have to kill 2 of his guys.
That's right. Is he going to save one with Belwas? Looks like.
Yep. Belwas gets -1 strength for each gold token on him, I believe.
Doing some work.
2 power. Getting that 2nd power for dominance, of course.
All right, so moving on. What can we expect here? I'm not going to anticipate a Valor maybe from either of them, but if anybody's going to do it, it might be David.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has reason to do it just yet.
Yes, I would be surprised to see a Valor at this point.
Though I will say that killing Cersei early, already seeing what I see on the board, if a lot of Shadows cards come into play, that could get out of hand in a hurry.
That is certainly true.
Yeah.
You'd kill Cersei, kill the Hound, but there's probably only 1 copy. You also kill Tommen.
That's true.
That could be good.
A lot of potent characters over there.
Yep.
And that would leave him with not much.
And we shall see. It'll be...
Yeah.
It's David's decision, not ours.
David's board looks a little bit better. He has saves with strong Belwas, so he could weather it a little bit better.
He could certainly save 2 of his characters.
So here we are, big
considering
considerations.
The plots.
Yeah.
Looks like might be seeing
got some rivers over
from
there.
Sam.
Yeah.
Yep. So which is better, Robert? Rivers or cities?
At this point in time, I have to give it to cities. After, I can't remember what it was, crossing the Ruby Ford got restricted.
Right.
Pretty much took the wind right out of Rivers.
Yes.
So, sad day for them, but still worth running, I think, if you are willing to make that your restricted card.
Yeah, yeah. Have we seen Sam's restricted card yet? I don't think we have.
I have not, but let's see what we can look up
Looks
for
like,
his restricted card.
King's Landing Coup and...
Sam's is crossing the Members Ford. I think that is actually the one that I meant to say.
That is probably the one you meant to say.
So he gets to draw a lot of cards with that particular
And that
plot.
is a river plot, Shores of Nysar, I believe it is.
Yes, exactly right.
I don't know what it does, though.
Man, I wish I could tell you. I'm way more schooled in the city plots than the river ones, honestly.
As am I. I'm not going to lie.
But he's looking good money-wise here. 5 gold coming in.
Yep, grabbing gold. Obviously chosen to go first. Shadow Black Lane coming in. Get
Great
those reducers. Yep.
Lannister's favorite street.
So dark and dank.
Mysterious.
Full of intrigue.
I remember seeing a glimpse of an alt art version of that card, potentially coming down the pipe at some point or another. It looked beautiful, let me tell you.
Well, that's probably more than I've seen. I don't remember seeing an alternate version of that.
It was somewhere on the internet.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff on the internet.
that there is. All right, is he going to play that Kingdom of Shadows? He's already got one in play.
He does already have one.
But I don't know if he wants the extra money coming in next turn. I would assume so.
Extra money is almost always good. Drawing a card, way to go.
Good
That's
job,
what
Tom.
you want to do. Draw cards before you spend things.
Exactly. Get your options in front of you so you know how to best spend it.
Yep. 2 power to 1. No, that's not true. 2 power to 0.
That's correct.
No, there's 1. I'm lying. It's on Strong Belwas.
Oh, yeah, there it is. He killed the wrong dwarf.
He did.
Oh, much and more. Ooh, I love this card.
I love it too. Lots of people playing it today.
So we got a bunch of reducers that Sam pulled and a few weenies. And then over on David's side, Rusted Sword.
Rusted Sword.
You do not want to give that to David. Because if he puts that on a linked advisor, it's bad news.
Yep, you definitely don't want to see that.
Don't put that on the linked advisor.
Yep, so I think the card was probably in German and probably getting the exactly the exact reading of it. That's what happens when you play against people from Europe. Sometimes their cards are not in English, which is awesome.
It's a language barrier. Just assume he's playing, he's from Dorne, he's speaking Dornish or something.
Yeah,
Who knows? Or he's from a free city. They've got some cool languages over there.
They do have some cool languages. Have you seen that World of Ice and Fire book?
I actually just did on the way up here this weekend, and man, what a tome. It's a beautiful book.
It is a beautiful book. I didn't quite see what he got in his hand. That was kind of irritating.
Me either. It happened so quick.
It did.
All right, so much more discarded now, of course.
I'm sure someone on the internet knows, though.
Someone knows. All right, so shuffling back up per the terms of much and more.
Yep.
Honorary cut. Boom, boom.
Cut those decks.
Yeah, you see the
fancy cut from David.
The thickness difference here because of Dark Wings, Dark Words.
Yes.
And a draw. I got a dissension by the looks of it.
Ooh. Dissension.
So you can discard that refugee. I think there's still a refugee. Nope. I guess it died last turn.
Yes, it must have. I think it was chosen for military claim, actually.
Yes, sir. 1 Fuji and 1 save.
Yep.
Street of Sisters. Steel,
I think.
Steel, yes.
Yes. Gonna reduce the military icon guys. Ooh, some violent dancing over there on David's part.
That's right.
Punch dancing.
Oh man, he's got the King's Landing Guard, one of my favorite armies that Lannister can bring to the table.
That is a great army. Why don't you give us the rundown on what they do?
It might be bringing it out. Okay, he just did. So it costs 4, strength 5, military intrigue icon, of course. But whenever you win an intrigue challenge, you get to, a military challenge, you get to discard a card from your opponent's hand.
Wow, that's like 2 challenges in one.
Exactly. That's why it's so good. So good. And of course, Lannisters, they just love to sock it to you in terms of thinning out your hand.
They do. If they can get you down to nothing in your hand, they are happy campers.
So a card in Shadows that's going to let Cersei use her ability as well as the Hound getting +1 strength now.
Yep. Shadows.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's one of my favorite mechanics.
I love it. I truly do. I hope we get to see something like that in 2.0.
We will see.
We will.
But not for a while.
Yeah, we got about a little under a year to wait.
But if you haven't heard anything about Game of Thrones 2nd Edition, you can check it out on our website, fantasyflightgames.com. There's some articles up there that should pique your interest. There's some awesome art, too.
And there is an open letter from Nate French. Be sure to read that as well.
It's very, very well written, very important. Carrion Bird coming out from Sam. Going to get that stealth on the board.
It's still one of my favorite weenies of all time. Whether or not you're doing seasons, one way or the other, it is worth your time. Consider it always.
It is always worth your time. I would agree.
Because the other guy might be running seasons, and you need an answer for that.
You do. Otherwise...
Yeah, there's not much you can do.
Yep. All right. Looks like we got...
he might be all done here.
He might be done. He's out of gold for sure.
Waiting for the official pass, maybe. I don't know if that has happened, but we're just going to have to wait and see. But wait, I guess it has because David has gold.
Ah, yes, so he does. Looking at his hand... So he's got Refugee, Marwyn.
It looks like a To Be a Dragon there on that event.
Ooh, To Be a Dragon.
Get to pull a 3-cost or lower character out of your dead pile, put it right into play.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
All right, reducing, and yep, I believe that is Archmaester Marwyn.
I believe you're right. That does, yeah, it's definitely To Be a Dragon.
Yep.
Great Targaryen event. One of my favorites.
Most of those To Be events are pretty solid.
That's for sure.
Dropping the Refugee of the Plains, perhaps.
He's building up his board just nice.
Yep.
See what else
both
he has.
characters got quite a big board. I really like the ebb and flow of both characters' boards in Game of Thrones. They get bigger, and then Valor happens.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Then they're non-existent.
It's like the tides.
Unless you're Greyjoy, then you can save for days.
They sure can. That's so frustrating.
It really is.
I'm playing Valor for a reason. I need to kill your characters. And you're just saying no. Repeated no's.
Yep.
Oh, man, I'm just now appreciating David's house card there. I'm assuming that's a Targaryen of some sort or another. Not sure who, but it looks beautiful.
It does. It looks very nice.
Yes.
We've also got a Alt Art Lanny card for the house card. That looks pretty cool.
Yes. Classic banner.
Nice leathery texture.
Dissension on the Dragon Thief.
Yep.
He's an ally, so he might be going bye-bye unless Harrenhal.
Harrenhal can happen. Maybe you want to kill a different character.
He might. We're just going to have to wait and see. It's a big decision here.
It is.
Because that Dragon Thief occupies a pretty important niche right now for icons. And, not going to cancel.
Away.
He's just out of there.
Goodbye, Dragon Thief.
Probably not worth canceling. He
stole one too many dragons.
Yeah, kind of a weenie, and his ability has already gotten its use.
It has.
Or its opportunity to be used, at least anyway.
Yeah. It was not used, if I remember correctly.
That was right. No, I don't think there were any attachments out.
Except for that AGoT's blade.
That's right.
Tasty. Probably want to discard that.
Yeah, not going to do anything with that. That's always one of my favorite things about this game is the fine balance between certain cards' effects that are passives and the others that are triggered abilities. So it's like you get to choose. But if Dragon Thief's ability were passive, man.
Ooh, is that a distraction?
Distraction, that's what I say. Thank you.
Anneal someone with a military icon, I believe.
I think we're going to go for, I don't know, maybe Belwas, maybe the Fuji. What do you think?
I would go for Belwas.
Belwas would be a good choice.
Personally.
3 strength.
Yeah.
Beefy. Oh, the Fuji.
All right.
2 icons, though.
That's why Sam is a world champion and I am not. There's probably several reasons why that is true, but one of the most prominent being.
All right, so now we have a board that looks dramatically different from what we were left with at the end of marshalling now.
It does, it does.
A character gone, a character knelt.
Sam has done a lot of work to really thin out his opponent's board.
Certainly has.
And that just makes the combat math that much easier.
The thing that we have to worry about now is, particularly for David at least, what is Sam going to do with his Cersei? Because there's essentially just a free-floating Neil right here.
Yep.
And that's going to be a pretty big deal. I wouldn't be surprised. I generally say leading with intrigue is the best way to go, but might see military first here because of King's Landing Guard, the Hound, both super strong here, so he could pretty easily win that and discard a card from hand.
Yes, yes. We'll see what Sam decides to do. He's got quite the board there. An assortment of Lannister lackeys and heavy hitters.
That's for sure.
Tommen's sitting there in the back. Knelt. He's just stamping edicts. He doesn't really care about the war.
Just hang out.
Sure, I'll sign anything.
Yeah. I'm just going to pet my cats.
Yep.
You guys do what you're going to do.
He likes cats.
All right, so still waiting for the first challenge. Oh, is it going to be military?
Looks like military.
We were flirting with it earlier.
We were, and that flirtation might just get serious, folks.
Come on, make it a Neil.
Yeah. Maybe not. Hound at 5 strength because of that card in Shadows.
That's right. So even with...
That should give him enough to just win it by himself.
Even if he blocks with everything, he still couldn't win it.
Barring shenanigans, of course.
Barring shenanigans. Oh, see, here it is.
Gonna bring them both in, perhaps.
That's what I was waiting for.
Or maybe not. Making sure he knows what AGoT's blade does.
That's right.
Good point.
The virtue here of going in with both is that if he wins that intrigue challenge later, he can stand the Hound back up.
Yes.
And have super solid defense for that military challenge.
That is what you want. You want to get those effects, such as Kingdom of Shadows. Lots of consideration going on.
Yeah, this is Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is a very, very measured game. In fact, I would venture to call it the gentleman's LCG.
Very nice. That's quite the compliment for Game of Thrones, and I think it's well deserved.
It's like golf. You know?
That's right. Yes. Shall we play some Game of Thrones?
Or maybe it's like whist or something like that. I don't know. It's a gentleman's game.
It's certainly not the Bop It of the LCG community.
What would be the Bop It of the LCG community?
Oh, man, I have no idea. I don't think any of the LCGs are worthy of being called the Bop It of the LCG community, as much as I would like to. Oh, man, is he going to flex that carrion bird missile?
Get that stealth in there.
That's right.
Maybe not, though. We'll see.
He's thinking about it. He's really deliberating hard on this military challenge.
And that is what sets the world champions apart.
Mm-hmm.
They know anything that could happen. They know all the options, and they are weighing everything before they make a decision.
That's right. All right, so, man, he's going to go into this challenge with a beefy 11 strength total. 11
strength, we like that.
Jeez.
Sam likes that.
Everybody is going to be very happy, except
for David.
Sorry, David.
And the Targaryens.
Our apologies. I don't think he came all the way over here from Bavaria to get treated like this.
This is true.
We should be more hospitable.
Congratulations, David.
But sorry, he came to America and then went straight to Westeros, where they are not always quite so hospitable.
That is also true. I wonder if Bavaria is more like Westeros than America. I don't really know anything about Bavaria.
It's a beautiful country. I spent a lot of time there growing up.
Really?
And yeah, it's a beautiful part of the world for sure.
I would love to go there sometime.
Yeah, they've got some...
Oh, wow.
What?
Picking up all the characters.
What is going on?
All right.
I am officially flummoxed.
Looks like we are making an official challenge. He's got him sideways. He might be laying them down at some point. That would be a 12 strength military challenge.
Yes, my goodness.
Maybe he's got something in his hand. He needs to win by at least 4 or 5.
I'm really curious, but he's got no. The stealth isn't there anymore, so we'll see how this plays out. I'm not seeing anything that'll be challenge dependent here.
Yep, I couldn't imagine, but it's Thrones. It's wild and crazy.
Yeah, waiting to see.
All right.
Are we going to see any opposition? We got a save here at least.
Yep.
And then I guess it was unopposed. And the refugee is now dead.
Yep. Looks like canceling the King's Landing Guard ability.
There you go.
I would imagine killing that refugee.
Which is a good thing to do early on. If you're facing an opponent who has a Harrenhal in play, do everything you can to try to bleed out those cancels as quickly as you can.
Yes, 100%.
All right, so intrigue coming in?
Intrigue for 4, it looks like.
This is a pretty big deal here because we could start seeing Cersei flexing her muscle, but David is in a great position to win this challenge.
Yep.
And then, of course, start moving chains off of his agenda.
Oh, he's defending with the green hatchling. Does that gain an intrigue icon for something?
Yes, it does.
All right. That explains it.
And then the linked advisor, so that's 5 strength against Sam's 4. So barring Sinead.
The intrigue challenge. Oh, there it is.
+2.
Insidious
Will it be canceled? Will it be canceled? Watch it. I don't know how he could cancel it, really.
Oh,
nope. Can't do it.
There it is.
Oh, wow. He is pulling so many maesters out of his hand.
He really is.
That is a huge, huge deal. So let's see. Hopefully Sam won't forget his trigger with Cersei, and then, of course, Kingdom of Shadows.
And drawing cards from Insidious Ways.
There you go. 2.
Many triggers.
Yes.
Want to get them all. Green hatchling, leaving.
Ooh, canceling something.
Probably Cersei.
Yes. So that was that.
Yep.
And I guess now coming in for a military challenge, blocking with the carrion bird.
Mm-hmm. Just to deny that unopposed bonus. Oh, well, wait, maybe not. Aha! Yeah,
remembering now.
Kingdom of Shadows is
it's
a thing.
passive. You have to do it.
Yes.
Maintain that legal game state.
Yeah, no cheating.
So that makes things different. So I guess we're going to roll back that military challenge a little bit because he can't win it.
He cannot. Unless there's some crazy stuff going on. Oh, he's still making it.
Still doing it.
1 strength, military challenge.
Boom.
Blocking with the Hound.
Easily defended with 5 strength there.
Who would really win in a fight, the Hound or Strong Belwas?
I think we all know.
That was a highly unsatisfactory answer, Robert.
Sorry. Okay, I'll make it a little bit more satisfactory. I'm going to say the Hound.
There we go.
There we go. But I'm playing favorites here probably just a little bit.
I
like the Lannisters. The Hound's pretty entertaining.
I like the Hound.
Didn't like him at first.
I hope we see some more of him.
He grows on you. Certainly not in the show.
Looks like we're reading some text on Archmaester Marwyn. Make sure we know how he works. Looking at the discard pile or dead pile or something?
Probably
a discard pile.
Looks like discard here.
Yep, got Distinct Mastery in there. Not actually sure what happened there.
Yeah, it's a little confusing.
Maybe Marwyn got some crazy trigger.
Worth noting for you guys, we're operating without hearing what these players are doing, so we're just going it on sight alone.
Yes, sorry folks, but that's what you get. Tom and Stain Nelp.
That's right.
Likes to play with his cats. David, quick to choose his plot. All right, that looks like some alt art that I do not know.
I missed it. Where are we looking here?
On David's side, it looks like a 371.
Oh, that thing. Oh,
yeah.
man. That is the Aftermath, I think. That is a fan-made Aftermath.
Oh, fan-made. That explains why I did not recognize it.
It's borrowing the same kind of templating that Fantasy Flight uses for their alt arts, but it is nonetheless the Aftermath.
Well, the Aftermath, that is pretty cool.
Yes. So, of course, at the end of, I believe, marshalling, that's going to essentially have a wildfire-like effect. You have to kill all but 3 characters.
Yes.
I don't know if there's, I can't remember if Aftermath has a cannot be saved on it, like Wildfire does.
I don't remember either, to be honest. Got another river plot from Sam over there.
That's right.
I don't know exactly which one. It's the one with the turtles. I like turtles.
Turtles. Oh, man.
Looks like
I should know that, but I honestly cannot recall it.
A Mirian fighting pit got dropped by a Targaryen over there.
That's right.
Tommen standing and then kneeling.
Draw a card.
Draw that card. That looks
there
like.
Are no men but like me.
Yep, that's what I was going for.
That's right. A great Lannister event.
Ooh, the Iron Throne.
Holy smokes, things just got real.
The Iron Throne is extremely powerful.
Yes. Whew. That's
as it should be.
As it should be. That's bad news for David, sadly.
Yeah.
We're going to see how that affects
triggered effects and anneal your characters.
For sure. For sure.
Looks like a paper shield as well in Sam's hand. He has just got all of the answers at this moment. Both players at 2 power.
Reducing, or getting them lined up anyway.
Yep. Looks like reducing.
And then, he's got another King's Landing guard. Holy smokes. And then, of course, with the Aftermath in play, I'm sure he is taking well into consideration the fact that he's going to have far fewer characters than he does now.
Yes, yes.
So I'm assuming by playing that will be one of the ones that he'll keep in play.
Yes, that does seem likely. We're probably going to be looking at King's Landing Guard.
And
Cersei. And Cersei, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah. All right, here it goes. 2 King's Landing Guards and a Cersei. Boom.
Exactly right. There they are.
Good choices.
Yep, solid characters. Some of the best. Taking a look at his hand.
That's right. All right, so now we have a very different board yet again. This one favoring Sam heavily for military.
Yes.
That's a really poor position for David to be in because this is a 2-claim plot, and he's got 2 strong military characters.
Right, pulling Silent Sisters out of the shadows there.
Woo.
They get +1 strength for each card in the dead pile, I believe.
That's correct, of which there are a few at least quite right now.
Yeah,
so
at least 4.
That's a beefy intrigue and power character.
Yes.
And this isn't looking good for David right now, sadly. Both of these King's Landing guards can trigger independently, pulling 2 cards out of the hand with this military challenge, and he only has 1 cancel left on his Harrenhal.
Right.
So at least 1 is going to get pulled. Man, that's painful.
That
let's see what he does.
But it's Game of Thrones, and you're never really out.
That's true. That's true. We still haven't seen our resets yet.
Yep.
So anything could happen.
I would guess that's probably a power challenge.
Yes. All right, so we're stealthing.
Yep.
The sisters. And let's see how it's defended.
Probably can't win that just with Cersei, but yep. Power challenge successful.
There it is.
And unopposed. So he's bumping up to 4 power, 5 power over there.
And the first chain is coming off the agenda.
The first chain, the very first chain. Sam has done a great job of keeping him from being able to get those chains off of the Maester's path, kind of denying him his preferred path to victory there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Keeping him off even for the entirety of the first turn is a huge delay for what David wants to do here. And worse yet of all is that Belwas is running low on gas. So how many more Maesters or saves can we expect? Probably, well, 1. Unless we start getting some dupes out, because once the Maesters are gone off the board, David is going to be in a very tight position.
That is true. So he's considering his chains carefully, throwing it on there.
That's right.
Let's take a look at that.
I think that's Black Iron Link.
Black Iron Link.
I couldn't tell you what it does, though.
Neither could I.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Those Maesters, they're tricksy.
That they are. All right, so I guess it might be a stand effect.
Yep,
with Black Iron Link.
that is what I would guess, seeing as what just happened. Which is probably what you want.
That's correct. He's got that Aegon's Blade, and so he needs to do as much work as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it looks like we're about to come in for a really strong intrigue challenge.
Yeah.
Got all kinds of strength there.
Yep.
All right, might just be one guy.
Just Marwyn.
That's right.
Stealthing one of the King's Landing guards, it looks like.
That's right. Not too big of a deal right now, but if Cersei comes in and wins it with the King's Landing guard, that could be a big deal as well.
It could be.
Oh, you got the sisters.
Defending with the sisters.
4 strength. I don't know what exactly the strength of the sisters is right now, but I'm assuming insufficient, seeing as how David has 1.
Yeah, that would seem correct. All right, getting the card. Looks like a refugee there.
Not too big of a loss.
Not too big of a loss. They come and go pretty easily.
That's right.
In their nature.
The thing we need to start anticipating at this point going forward with Sam having lost an intrigue challenge here is when is he going to flip his crossing the members forward to get his hand back up to size.
That's definitely true. Looks like another link there. Is that Iron Link?
Yes, that is the Iron Link. Again, it's something militarily related.
Yep.
But we'll see what it actually does based off of circumstance.
Be nice if it gave him a military icon.
Yes,
Aegon's Blade would be even better.
Holy smokes.
But I couldn't say for sure that's what it does because Maesters.
Maesters, because Maesters. Exactly.
Still got that to be a dragon in his hand, just waiting for the opportune moment.
That is kind of an ace in the hole for him right now because he can lose one of his unique Maesters and pop it right back into play if he needs to.
Yep.
Keep those chains coming off that agenda because he can't win until he gets them all off.
That is true. Got to get them. Got to catch them all.
That's right.
To draw from another.
All right. Ooh, there are no men like me. Giving that to Cersei.
There are no men like Cersei.
It's
a fact.
It's going to give Cersei a military icon, and she doesn't kneel to attack or defend military challenges.
Yep. Which is awesome.
Yes, she's going to do a lot of work, I can only assume.
Yes. It'd be great if there were some cards in shadows.
Oh, man.
Can't even imagine.
So here we go. Looks like both the guards and Cersei coming in for military.
Yep. Just wanted to completely decimate that hand.
That'll be 2 cards right off the top here, unless one of them is canceled, of course, with the remaining Harrenhal.
Probably would kill Strong Belwas to fuel that.
Ooh,
Dragon Thief.
There's fodder.
Popping into play. And to be a dragon.
Be a dragon.
To stand. Marwyn. He's ready to defend.
That's right.
That would bring him up to, I believe, 5, and Marwyn has so many buffs and attachments on him, I couldn't say for sure what his strength is.
Yeah, too much to count right now with all these attachments.
Though I can't imagine he would go through all that trouble if he couldn't win the challenge.
That's for sure. Could be a bluff within a bluff within a bluff. We'll see.
Wheels within wheels, as they say.
That's right.
As the Lannisters say.
Game of Thrones parlance.
Yes.
And defense. There it is.
Yep.
And will there be a cancel of one of these guards? Maybe not. No.
Nope. Doesn't look like it.
Definitely not now. I'd be very surprised if a Maester is killed to cancel one of those abilities.
Yep. Discarding. Does he have any cards in hand? I think he's out.
He's out, yep. Just gave the all clear gesture.
Yes, he did.
Which is both good and bad. He doesn't have to worry about canceling them, but he, of course, has no cards.
Yeah, no tricks. That is exactly where Sam wants him.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Lannister's doing some work here. All right.
Looks like power challenge.
No, I think that was dominance.
Oh, yep, you're totally right. That was dominance.
All right, so now taxation and reset to the fourth turn, excuse me, beg your pardon.
Yep, claiming a power there.
That's right.
For some reason that I missed. Looks like 5 power to 2 at the moment.
The power on the Maester probably for renown.
No, the one that Lannister just got.
Oh, Lannister just got one? Maybe he won dominance? Who knows?
That seems likely,
yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Again, folks, we can't hear a thing.
Yep. Still got Valar in the plot deck there, ready to be used.
That's for sure.
And looks like...
Ooh, dropping Valor. Got to kill these Maesters.
Yep.
And with an empty hand, that is just going to be the worst.
That is the worst. I can say from experience, if all your characters die and you got nothing to replenish them with, it's bad.
But he might have an outwit, so we'll see.
That would be... Oh, nope. City of Sin.
It's going to do some kneeling, but it won't matter because everybody's dead.
Everyone is very dead.
Everyone's dead. So
all men must die.
Yeah, I feel like this is a big blow, especially to David.
Yes.
Sam has turned that around a little bit in terms of weathering this storm a bit better. So now we're going to see what he can do. He's not going to have too terribly much gold, but he does have some nice reducers.
Right. No claim this turn, of course, but that's okay.
That is just
You don't need claim. Ooh, Tywin.
Holy smokes. He's coming out.
Yep, for sure. Doesn't kneel to attack if your opponent has more cards in hand than you.
That's right.
Obviously not true at this juncture,
lender.
but could come into play later.
Yeah, building up for that renown is a pretty big deal.
Also, he's just a beefy guy. That is...
Oh, man. Can't quite make it out from here. Definitely one of the almost art guys, but it doesn't look familiar.
It could be fan-made.
Yes, it could be.
I'm not sure. It's a guy.
It's a dude. It's got a military power icon.
2 strength?
Flipping it around. Yeah, I think that might be fan-made. I can't really make it out. It looks like it might be a refugee. It's 0 strength.
Oh.
2 strength.
It could be. Yeah. I could see that.
The 2 icons that we're familiar with, I'm only going to assume.
Intrigue challenge, getting the power. Is that condemned by the council?
It is very much.
Yep, getting rid of that Harrenhal.
Yeah.
No more cancels for you.
An interesting choice. An interesting choice with only 1 more to go, because if he has more, he might just play out another. So we'll see how that affects things going forward.
Lots of power on the house there.
Lots and lots of power.
5 power all of a sudden.
That's right.
We've got 4 for David.
And then
what are we going to do?
Tywin coming in for something or other.
Military? Power? We don't know. We can't hear what they're saying.
I would imagine not doing that, maybe to win on defense, because Sam doesn't have claim and David does.
This is very true.
All right. So it looks like dominance went to David for his 3 gold and 2 strength on his Fuji.
Yep. Both players are neck and neck, 5 power. Choosing new plots.
All right.
There's the crossing the ford and City Divided, I believe.
City Besieged.
That's it. That's the one.
It's going to nuke a location.
Yes.
Oh, Iron Throne. See ya.
Ouch.
See ya.
Iron Throne torn to pieces. But hey, look at all those cards, including another Iron Throne.
That is correct.
That's what you want to see.
That's right. Just play it right back out. And a lot of gold and a lot of cards coming here to Sam.
A lot of gold.
Jeez.
Lannister, I tell you.
He is in the money and reducers on top of that. He is sitting very pretty right now.
Yes, he is. The ability of Lannister to just destroy the opponent's hand and keep them from playing characters, keep them out of options is truly impressive.
I agree. So, Iron Throne right back.
Yep.
Back to square one.
Back to square one, as they say.
All right. So, another moneylender maybe coming out, or 2.
And there's an enemy informer in there, too.
Oh, we got Zolo in hand.
Ooh, Zolo.
Military reduction.
Yep.
There's Zolo. Intrigue reduction. Moneylender for free.
Yep.
Any action?
And still a refugee. Oh, looks like we might have audio now. Boom. We do indeed.
Yes.
I think we'll be able to hear the players now going forward. That's going to help a lot.
That will help a lot. Another Kingdom of Shadows, more gold, more stand effects. If you have Shadows characters, that is.
That's for sure.
Cards in hand, too. Sorry? Cards in hand. Cards in hand.
Refugee coming out.
That's right. So that is quite a board here for Sam. David's going to be hard-pressed. I think he only has 2, maybe 3 cards in hand.
Yep.
Oh, no characters.
That is not what he wanted.
Oh,
looks like 2 Myronese fighting pets.
That is a really big deal right now, guys. We cannot understate that a lot. Not being able to play a character right now is huge.
That is truly unfortunate at this juncture.
So I'm assuming Tywin coming in, hopefully for intrigue. That would be the smart play, I think.
Yep. Military looks like just gonna off him.
Just get it out of the way.
Yep.
Renown. Power challenge, I assume.
Yep. There's power.
2 strength.
racking up the power.
And then an Intrigue challenge, 2 1-strength characters totally, and there goes a Distinct Mastery, also unopposed.
He's got quite a pile of power there. I think he's probably up to 9.
He is racing towards the winner's circle right now, but we still have not seen a Valor from David unless he's only running Aftermath. Let me see if I can see a deck list here. He is not running Valor Morghulis.
He is only running the Aftermath.
That's correct. That was his reset.
Yep. So I would say that Sam is sitting in a great position right now. Seems like he has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say it looks like about 10 power.
That's right. Crossing the Ruby Ford being played here by Sam now.
Let's see, and City of Soldiers killing off Tywin.
That's correct. Good play there.
Yep.
All right, so cards and cards and cards.
More cards.
Sorry?
Thank you, Rivers.
Reveal and draw. It is, or reveal and add to your hand, rather. It is powerful. Circumventing the draw cap in that way.
Enjoy it while it lasts, folks, because it's Sayonara in 2.0. Another
good thing, too.
Another card here. It looks like it may be a reducer, Street of something or other. Maybe fan-made. And they have about 10 minutes left in this round.
But Sam is just racing towards the finish at record speed here. He's playing out some more locations. Looks like some more reducers.
Painted Dogs.
Painted Dogs.
Love that card.
Yep.
Classic Lannister.
Gonna save that enemy informer. Oh, more Painted Dogs.
Jeez.
There's no end.
Yeah, when those add up, it is really hard to control your battle math on the opposing side because they can just add strength willy-nilly whenever they want.
And just a massive pile of gold there.
That's right.
Intrigue, taking away that rusted sword. That was all he had in hand.
Never had a chance. I think we might very well see an end of this game, either this turn or next.
I would certainly agree there.
It's decisively in Sam's favor right now.
He's piling things up.
Yep.
Lannister.
There it is. He's got dominance, of course.
Yep.
Is that all he needs? He might need 2 more power by the look of it with the number of blue tokens that aren't on his house card. All right.
Getting 1 more for dominance.
1 more.
I would say he's at
might
14
be at 14
power.
now. Yeah, let's see if I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep.
Yep. Only needs 1 more.
But in true sporting fashion, David is not conceding here. Nothing but respect for that, keeping the game going as long as he can. He came a long way to play this game.
That is true. Is that his Outwit that he just flipped there?
That is indeed.
And Under the Bridge of Dream, I believe.
Yeah, so Outwit won't be really doing anything here because, of course, there's no learned character to kneel.
Yep.
But the Bridge of Dreams is doing some work.
It is. It's doing something. Brown Ben Plum coming in. He's got a plum.
He does have a plum. He needs a plum and a plan.
Ooh, rusted sword.
And a rusted sword.
Oh, enslaved.
Insult to injury right now.
There it is. That's a handshake.
Yep. Good game, guys.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Huge congrats to David making it this far to the top 4 of the Game of Thrones Joust. That's a huge accomplishment. Both these players, world champion caliber.
Well represented.
And huge congrats to Sam with House Lannister. He will be going on to the finals to face the winner of the other top 4 match.
We can only imagine who that is at this point, but
I'm not sure either.
It's a big deal. If it's Alvaro, that'll be another Lannister player.
It'll be a Lannister against Lannister.
I can't recall the name of the other guy in the top 4, but I believe he's running a Baratheon deck.